Hi my dear students, in this video we are going to see how to prepare for CA final auditing and professionalism, that is advanced auditing and professional ethics. So this is paper 3 of your CA final. Here you all know 30 marks MCQ is there and 70 marks descriptive. 30 marks MCQ, it's not going to be easy. There are integrated based MCQ as well as individual MCQ. Integrated based MCQ, it is a mix of all the chapters. It is a mix of all the chapters. It is not like particular chapter. Every chapter will be mixed in integrated MCQ, and individual MCQ will be there. Individual MCQ will also be case study based, but it is a small case. In integrated MCQ, the question itself will run in 1.5 page, but in individual MCQ, the question will run to 4 to 5 lines, and every answer will be 2 to 3 lines. Now, 70 marks descriptive, which is total general questions. Like no, they won't ask a fixed question. Every question, if you see, it will be a generalized. I will always say my students, if you study and go, you will get 50. If you didn't study and go, you will get 40, kind of. But see, it's not like no. If I didn't study, I will get 40. Not like that. But I'm saying it is very difficult to score good marks in auditing because you might have studied some, say 300 to 400 questions you would have studied, but this 300 400 questions will not get repeated in the exam. But similar type of questions will come. I will tell you the questions may be general, but answer is same. For example, 3 attempts, the answer is same in the suggestion answer, but in all the 3 attempts, the question is different. So even though the question is different, you should understand from which part of the section standards this question is came from. From the standards, there are relevant words. You have to mix those relevant words with the given question analysis. That's how you can score marks. So if you see the standards, weightage of the standards on auditing, the weightage of standards on auditing is 35 to 40 marks. It is a high weightage chapter, standards on auditing. You all know SA 200 to SA 720 is there in your portion. Okay, SA 200, 210, 220. Now, if you study 220, SQC1 is also covered. Okay, so 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250. Now, these things is already there in your IPCC. So you just brush it up. But 260, 265 is not there in your IPCC. Some people would have studied old syllabus IPCC. For them, 260, 265 is there. But if you study new syllabus IPCC recently, these two standards is not there. So you have to study it first. Then concentrate on 299, joint audit. Okay. So that area you concentrate. 260, 265, 299 you concentrate. Then 315, 330 you concentrate in this area. 315 identification and response to assess risk. This area you concentrate. Then 402, 450. This area you concentrate. 402 when you are reading also have a touch with audit under automated environment because 402 and audit under automated environment may be linked in future. 450 evaluation is a very small standard. Have a look at it. Then coming to 500 series, you would have studied in your IPC itself 500, 501, 505. This three, this external evidences, okay, confirmations. 510 is a boring standard. Generally, nobody will study 1 or 2 questions only. So you can just go through our question bank. You may be having our question bank. Otherwise, you just purchase, go through this 510 because repeated question only will be asked. 520 analytical process is actually very important. Analytical process is very important, but there are only standard questions that can be asked, so that you can easily write. 530 sampling you would already studied in your repeats. 540, yes, you have to study. 540 you please study. 540 for CA final you study. 540 can also link with Ind AS because measurement 540 is most of measuring, fair valuation. So Ind AS can also be linked in this question. Then 550 with AS 18 and Companies Act 188 can be linked. So in Companies Act syllabus, see, you don't think only fixed syllabus question can be asked in CA final auditing. CA final auditing is a ocean. There is no fixed syllabus for fixed standards. They can ask mixed type of questions. For example, section 188 may not be there in your portion, but 188, 184, 189, It's there in your company law, means like company corporate law, that is paper 4. That can also be borrowed and asked. Dividend can be borrowed and asked. So there are some questions which they can take it from some other paper and they can ask it here. Then 570 going concern is very important. Okay, 570 going concern is very important. 580 written representation very important. Okay, why? Because I'm telling, because these areas for IPCC level they cannot ask more question, depth question. So they can ask only in final level. The depth question can be asked only in final level. 600 series, 600 and 620 is important. Okay, 600 and 620. 620 is important, more important. 600 is also important. 700 series, damn sure it's important. When you are reading 700 series, also read the audit report. Also read the audit report chapter. There is one chapter called audit report. And also read the CARO, ICFR reporting, internal control financial reporting. Okay, that also you study. So audit report, CARO, internal control over financial reporting also you study. Plus 700 series. See, 700 series, you should also study the appendix of the series. The appendix you would be given by ICI Institute book. If you see Institute book, that formats will be there. Go through the formats of 700 series. Rather than studying the content of 700, go through the format of the appendix. That is important, because most of you people, you have not seen, for example, SCA 210, if you study the main crux, it is very simple. I am telling you, you should study the appendix of it. Okay, so that the format will be there. Agreement, terms of agreement, format will be there. Nowadays, you have to assume yourself as an auditor when you are writing the examination. You should not assume yourself as a student when you are writing the CFN examination. Assume you are the auditor. Then only you can score mark. Otherwise, you cannot score mark, because the question paper is general, and person who know each and every standard practically, what you apply in your practice in articleship, those people can write it at very ease. Then the next chunk, the biggest mark will come from the company audit chapters. See, I don't say company act chapter, company audit chapter. So schedule 3, you have to be thorough. Schedule 3, non-Ind AS company, Ind AS company, you should be thorough. So at least one Ind AS company balance sheet you should study thoroughly. You should study how they present, etc. Then Ind AS along with CFS, this two you have to study. So CFS chapter also you should study. It's only 2-3 pages chapter, very easy. Ind AS also you should study. Ind AS from FR you should study. So Ind AS not specifically for auditing. You have to just go through Ind AS presentation for FR. Same thing you can use it for auditing. Then liabilities of auditors, both under Companies Act as well as under Income Tax Act. For example, under 448 of the Companies Act, Section 3536 of the Companies Act, 3435. So that is prospectus violation. Then some case laws, liability laws, some case laws also you should study. There are case laws like SP Catterson's, um, then General Bank, London General Bank, then Republic of Bolivia, uh, all those, no? The auditor is a watchdog and not bloodhound. Those case laws, that is Kingston Carter Mills. All those case laws and all you should study, because at least 2-3 case laws somewhere in the answer booklet you have to write. Somewhere, whether it is asked or not, somewhere you write, because it can be linked to any question kind of. So that is in the income tax section 271. Talks about penalty 271J, I think so. The penalty areas and all, please study. Then come to CARO. Sir, already you told in audit report. Again in company audit also it can be touched. Then section 139 to 140, that is appointment of auditors. Those areas. Sometimes even questions from corporate law, maybe from dividends, maybe from books of accounts, okay, can be borrowed and asked here. It can be even from your IPCC. We cannot tell that this only will come. Then professional ethics, very uh, easy chapter, 12 marks it will come. Okay, out of this, few will come in MCQ, few will come in descriptive. When you see MCQ integrated, mostly at least out of 10 marks, integrated MCQ 10 marks, out of 10 marks, at least 4 to 5 marks will be essay related questions, standards and auditing related questions. Then they can even mix company audit. Then coming to corporate governance area, here From your law, you have to study LODR. Proper, you should study LODR. Then 178 and 177 of the Companies Act, law. SA 250. This is SA standards. This area will come for 5 marks. Then audit of special entities like banks, NBFCs, insurance. Here straight questions will be asked. Most of the time I can see straight questions will be asked. So here the case study also will be straight. You can easily identify it, what they are trying to say. So I will tell you, in this areas you write point wise answer. So generalized answer you please avoid. Most of the time it is specific answers. There is no generalized answer can be given most of the times. So I will tell you, this area you study and finish it first. Before even starting the standards, you finish this banks, NBFC, insurance. It may be banks are little lengthy when you are studying. Seriously, I'm telling you, bank audit is little lengthy, but 35 types of questions will be there in bank audit. That you finish it. Mostly provisioning, okay, recognition as an asset, provisioning, IRAC norms will say, income recognition, asset classification, then provisioning, then how to appraise in advance, how to appraise credit card loans, agricultural loans, all those things will be there. Then internal controls, concurrent audit, nostro, vostro. So like that, no, very selected types of questions are there that you finish it on. NBFC, only fixed question. Most of the time fixed questions are coming. Insurance also fixed questions are coming. Then coming to a good area, interesting area, which is 44AB and was audit of GST law. It's called fiscal law. This is why put together they are called fiscal law. 44AB, you please study all the clauses. I don't tell that you should remember all the clauses, but you have to have a look at all the clauses. And my guess in future, they are going to touch that international taxation area in 44AB. That 92, section 92 areas are there. Now GAR is also there. Okay, anti-dumping, anti-avoidance, all those things are there. Then 269 area. 269 area. So TDS, you all know. Then come to 269 area. Then go to this international taxation area. That please do thoroughly. A new process has been introduced in last assessment year. At least one time you fill 3CD form, then you will be understanding what they are asking. Then coming to GST law. Reconciliation part is very important in GST law. When you are studying for auditing, at least fill one GST audit report, 9C and all, at least one time you fill, then only you will understand how important the reconciliation part under GST is. Then miscellaneous chapter, where people will get bored sometimes. For example, automated environment, public sector undertaking. These two chapters are little bored. So people may tend to leave. Please don't leave this peer review, quality review area, because it is very easy. Just only 2-3 pages you have to study. You can study easily peer review, quality review. Most of these steps on peer review will get repeated in quality review, so don't lose mark. Study one, the second one will automatically give you mark. So 8 marks it may come. Then this three put together, like no automated, PSU, peer review, put together 8 marks may come. Due diligence and forensic, very interesting chapter. See, this chapter will run into pages, but when you write a short notes, this chapter is very, very easy to have a short notes. Forensic audit, please do thoroughly, because future forensic audit will be tested in very high frequent intervals. I will tell you, internal management audit, internal management operation audit is also an interesting topic, but here I will tell you, you have to go for a fixed questions. See, in these areas and all, fixed questions will get repeated. Like due diligence, internal management, operational. This, like no, if you study past 8 attempts questions and RTP, MTP, only this will get repeated. But the same I cannot tell you in standards on writing, because questions may not get repeated in standards on writing, but answer is yes. Answer obviously you have to write the same answer again and again. But question, if you read, the questions will not be repeated. But here in this area, not the question itself may get repeated. So I hope you understand what strategy you have to formulate for preparation. So complete standards on auditing, complete professional ethics, complete company audit, related chapters, then bank insurance, then fiscal law. This itself is enough. So SCA, PE, company audits, then GST and fiscal law, banking, insurance, then peer review. This itself will fetch you somewhere around 80 marks in your question paper. Hope you understand how the mark distribution is given. I will tell you, if you score very well in MCQ, in auditing it's very difficult to get marks in descriptive. They won't give mark in descriptive. So out of 30 you should get 22 in MCQ. Then out of 70, even if you get 35, you will get very good marks in auditing. Okay, so somewhere around 55 above is good mark in auditing. I'm telling you, somewhere around 55 above is very good mark in auditing, because in this area getting exemption is little difficult compared to other subjects. Law is easy. Getting exemption in law is very easy, but getting exemption in auditing is not that easy. Even though the subject is general and subject itself is easy. Thank you so much.